Good morning, good morning, good morning. Try to make this quick as possible, but it's gonna be long. Um, Stowe Village reunion, 20th anniversary. Yesterday, September 2nd, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. First of all, I want to say shout out to the committee, Myra, Wade. Shout out to Wade for the grill, Butter, Wan, uh, Gleep. Who else I'm missing? Who else I'm missing? Who else I'm missing? Marty, Laurelyn. Shout out to all you guys for making it happen. Shout out to everybody that donated something to the reunion. Shout out to all the people that came to the reunion. Shout out to all those that didn't come to the reunion. Shout out to Bevy Square for coming through, even though y'all took my flyer down on y'all page about our reunion. That's fine, no big deal. I can respect y'all page. I tried to, open up some dialogue, but it is what it is. Oh man, I got so many names to name. Shout out to the Hendricks sisters. They came through, stayed in their car, but they came through. They left their spirit with us. April Hendricks, sister. Shout out to Crystal over in Ohio. Um, who else? Shout out to Steenie. Shout out to Steenie and Dooley. I saw Dooley. I said, where your mother at? He directed me to us. Showed some love to Steenie. Shout out to Mamie Bell. Shout out to Marlo. Shout out to Muff on your marriage. Man, shout out to the Weavers, David Weaver, Courtney, and Ricky, and Zena. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Mari Gomez, the Gomez family. They were there. Can't remember everybody. Shout out to OG Greg. Shout out to, I'm going to call them my kids, Chicken, Bianca, Gabe, Guppy. Shout out to Kia and Nusi. Hey, Money. Shout out to Money too. Shout out to you. Shout out to my nephew Chaz. Shout out to my niece Chastity. Shout out to my cousin Terry for hooking up the grill with the ribs and the hot dogs and stuff. Shout out to Hop and Grady and them from down on Kitchener Street. Who else? Shout out to Linda and Latoya and I keep forgetting all the names. So many damn names. Shout out to Hubba Bob. Shout out to Cheese and Tiny. Shout out to Lil Dink, Lawanda. Shout out to Adrian and her daughter and granddaughter and their memory of Chickaboo. Shout out to Kevin Shannon, he was there. Who else can I name? Shout out to Tough Tote. Shout out to Woody and Mike C. I saw y'all go by. Speaking of that, shout out to Donnie and Weasel. Spent a lot of time with them. Make sure y'all get tote some of those drinks that I had. Shout out to Shag and Moosey. Jerry Mathis. I'm trying to go off the top of my head. I can't remember everybody right now. I'm trying to walk through. Shout out to Jamal, DJ Enigma. Shout out to you. Shout out to Champ Jones. Shout out to Lenitris Terry, a.k.a. Red. Introduced me to some of her people that was there. Curtis Terry, he was there. Shout out to the Talley family. Shout out to the Pettiford family. Shout out to the Pettiford family. I'm walking and thinking. Shout out to my cousin Barbara and my other cousin Dean. I already said Chastity. Who else? Shout out to Crystal Falls and her family. Shout out to Aunt Madoot. Shout out to Sean Towns. Shout out to Raleigh and Elliot, my guy. Shout out to Tasha. Hey Juicy. Jen. Shout out to Eric Douglas. Shout out to the Hillbilly. Shout out to Hillbilly Tom. Shout out to Henry. Henry was getting his dance on. Hillbilly Henry getting his dance on. Trying to think of other people. Man, there was so many people there. Shout out to who else? Shout out to all the kids that got their book back. Shout out to Big Bo. Shout out to Big Bo for doing his thing. Shout out to Ed, Billy, Sam, Dog. Oh boy. I already said Hubba Bob. Who else was there? Who else was there? I can't remember everybody. Shout out to Lily Bell Collins. Excuse me if I forget your name. I'm trying to think as I was walking through. Saw so many people. So many people were there. Shout out to Jafar. Shout out to Tommy Tola. Shout out to, like I said, Malo. Hop and Grady already said them. Said the Pettifords. Said the Weavers. Shout out to Bugo Bass, aka Chain. What up, Chain? Chain still showing love. Shout out to Robert Low Snake. I'm trying to think, man. Trying to think. But anyway, we had a good time. Had a few small hiccups, but we overcame them. Hope everybody is doing fine. I don't want to give out no information on people's situation or whatever. You guys will figure it out in the streets. But that's about it from what I can remember. It was a good time. I got pictures. I'm going to post them up. I don't really do a lot of pictures there because I want people to enjoy themselves. But people, shout out to Sisu and Yvonne and them. But people ask me to take their pictures, so that's most of the time how I take pictures. Did I say Champ Jones? Shout out to Raleigh. Shout out to anybody that got interviewed by Champ Jones and was, comfortable with doing it. Showing love to the Ville, showing love to Crookville, showing love to Stowe Village, whichever way we call it, depends on what generation you're with. But it was a good time, great success. I know some people told me they couldn't make it, whether they were working. Shout out to Montreal, shout out to Jackie Gage, shout out to their mother, Mamie Gage. Some people had to work and couldn't make it, that was fine, but some people just out of town and they don't live in the area. Shout out to Pedro for making shirts, because he did my shirt. Shout out to Lucius for making shirts for the reunion. Anybody else that even designed this shirt. Shout out to Chev. I didn't see you, Chev. I'm not sure if he was there or not, but I heard you made a nice donation. Shout out to Tom up at the Chinese shop. Heard he made a nice donation. Man, y'all missed those thighs or quarter legs or whatever they were. They was big as hell. Sorry to use foul language, but they was big as hell. God damn. Seemed like we had enough food, no problem. But other than that, that's it for me. As y'all can see, I'm up early, enjoying the sun. Had a few conversations with people about health and stuff. That was cool. Shout out to New Era, aka Tragus. Shout out to Datrin. Shout out to Datrin. Shout out to Stanley Simpson. Shout out to the Simpson family. I don't know how many of y'all was there, but shout out to y'all. What else? Who else? Doing this on the fly. I'm doing this on the fly. Morning. I am doing this on the fly. Billy and them. I can't remember too many more names, but shout out to everybody that was there. Like I said, I got pictures that I'll post up later. Just want everybody, if you got pictures, you can post them on the Stowe Village group. I know they're on your page or whatever, but you also can post them on the Stowe Village page. And if I'm in there, your pictures, I'm stealing them and posting them on the page anyway. But y'all want that shirt that I had on, y'all need to holler at Pedro. He's in the group. I tagged him a couple times. Everybody liked the Never Ran, Never Will shirts. We also got those on hoodies as well, since it's getting fall time. Put that on the hoodie. I got it on the shirt and the hoodie. Shout out to my niece Chastity. We was rocking the Pumas. We had on the Pumas yesterday. We was rocking the Pumas yesterday. Tasha Gardner, did I say? Nice seeing you as well. I think I did, but I'm gonna say it again. Hey Tosh. Who else? Who else? Doing this on the fly, people. I'm doing this on the fly. Shout out to the Calhouns. I said Kia and Lucy, yup. Chicken and Bianca. Had a good conversation with those two. Shout out to, I don't want to call her Maddie King. That's what I called her yesterday. Shout out to Heather. Shout out to Tanya King. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to April Cook. Damn, I ain't see April Cook in 100 goddamn years. April Cook was there. Shout out to April Cook. Shout out to Ruthie. Ruthie, I see you, Ruthie, with the blockers on. Who else was there? Who else? Shout out to my daughter. She is her second year there. My other nieces, great nieces, they on a cruise in the West Indies, so they couldn't make it. But shout out to Charisma, she made it. But that's about it. That is about it. Once again, shout out to the committee. Shout out to Wade again, because you're sitting over that grill. That's not an easy job. That's why I had to keep supplying you with those drinks, brother. Take them all. Take as many as you want. And shout out to the other cook. I don't know his name, but he was helping Wade on the grill. I saw Dina Williams Bay there. Shout out to you, Dina. I saw you there. I don't think we ran up on each other, but I saw you. Who else? Who else did I see? Who else was out there? People was asking for Joel. I don't know if Joel was there. I didn't see Joel. I know Bronan didn't come, but Bronan will take your money. Shout out to Nick LeBron. Nick LeBron showed up. He act like he wanted to play some basketball, but ain't bang a ball. But that's it. Stowe Village Reunion, 20th anniversary, September 2nd, 2023 was a success. Let's keep it going for the next 20 years. Nice and peaceful. Shout out to the ambulance and the fire department, the police department. They were there, they were doing their thing. Shout out to Red for setting that all up, making it happen, giving our community some quality information. But that's about it. That is about it. I think I got another minute here. I'm gonna make this 15 minutes here even. So I'm trying to think of some more names. Shout out to those that showed me love. I appreciate it. Love all you guys, from our youngsters to our elders. Nothing but respect. The feeling is mutual. Stowe Village Reunion 2023. Hampton Street, Kitchener Street. He asked me who had the I don't know, the most gangsters. Which street was most gangster, Hampton or Kitchener Street? I'm biased. That's a biased question to ask me. I'm from Hampton Street, so I'm gonna say Hampton Street. And I wasn't even out in the streets like that, but Hampton Street, Hampton Street. So anyway, thanks for coming out. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday. I will holler at you guys later. Shout out to Philip Baxter. Shout out to the twins, Monique and Michelle. That's my crew right there. Twas. Rest in peace to Bobby Dixon. Rest in peace to Misty Gilbert. Mika, I don't know where you at. Who else is in that group? Shout out to Mike Asbury. Shout out to Mike Richardson. Shout out to Mike Richardson. Shout out to Tyrone Allen Hodges. Boo Boo, I think I saw you. I hate to put y'all together. Boo Boo, I think I saw you from a distance. I'm not sure. Saw Crystal had her tent going up. That was nice. Who else, man? There's so many people. I hate to leave out somebody. Shout out to Tree, my guy, Ronnie Perry. Shout out to Ronnie Perry, showed me mad love. Try not to forget anybody, because you know us Bill people, we sensitive, but we don't get acknowledged. We sensitive, but we don't get acknowledged. But that's the way it is. So we like to hold each other accountable. Nigga, you saw me. Why you ain't say my name? You better put some respect on my name, and I can respect that. I understand that. But anyway, that's about it. 2023 Bill reunion in the bag. Done deal. Gotta show mad love to Wade. Gotta show mad love to Wade, because I was over there by that grill. And that shit was, I hate to keep using foul language, but that thing was smoking. That thing was smoking. But other than that, this is it. I am out. It's a wrap. I know I'm going to think of some more names. Stand by. Peace. Forgot some names. I forgot some names. Shout out to Joan Carter. Joan, sorry I wasn't there when you came. But shout out to you for your effort and trying to connect with me. I'll take the L for that. Shout out to Jazzy John. Shout out to Debbie Baxter. Shout out to Tony Baxter. Tony, you gotta watch how you handle that ketchup. You gotta watch how you handle that ketchup, Tony. Shout out to Debbie Baxter. My guy Elliot De Jesus. That's just some more names I just came up with. Who else? Shout out to my cousin Shotgun. Did I say Shotgun? Shout out to Shotgun. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I acknowledge Joan Carter. Shout out to, I'm gonna call her, yeah, her name's Sherry Cummings to us really, but call her Sherry Adams. It's Adams' granddaughter. Shout out to shout out to Ricky and Jessica. Shout out to you guys. Damn, I'm glad I remembered y'all. Y'all my peoples. Shout out to you guys. Who else? I already said Lover and shout out to the Perrys. Jabril, I saw you. Nikki Perry, was you there? I ain't see. Shout out to, hey Mika Crumpton. Hey Mika. Shout out to you, girl. Man, I hate doing this because I'm doing it off the dome and see so many people who try to connect the dots to keep it going. I'm trying to walk my path and remember who I saw while I was walking. Um, but it was just so many people. So I'm trying to keep up with that. I'm trying to keep up with that. I can't remember. But, oh, shout out to I Silver. Hey, I Silver. Show you some love. Shout out to the Chandlers. Shout out to Wanda. Hey, Wanda. We gotta take a trip up that mountain, girl. We going up that mountain one day. Shout out to Wanda, showing mad love. Shout out to the lady that sold me the keychain. Can't remember your name. I think it's Luce. Shout out to the Davillas. Speaking of Luce, I think your name is Luce too. The keychain young lady showing me how to work Venmo and Zelle and Johnny B. We got to hook up on Zelle. But shout out to you for the keychains. Shout out to Myrna. Ran into her up there. Shout out to Myrna. Who else? Hillbilly Henry with the pictures. Goddamn, Hillbilly Henry. That. Who else? Who else? Who else? Man, there's so many people. So many people. But anyway, I'm going to really close it out this time. It was a good event. It was successful. Shout out to those that were a part of it, whether you donated or you participated in it, you helped out in some other way, even if you couldn't be there, whatever, or you wasn't there at all, you didn't donate in anything, but you from the Ville, you whether you was born and raised there, or you was there for 6 months, or you was there for 5 years, or you was a friend of the family in the Ville, or whatever. Shout out to you. Like I said, we had a lot of people. Shout out to Father Gill. Father Gill was there. Had a lot of people, you know, that we consider, let's say, I ain't gonna call it outsiders, but they ain't from the Ville, so to speak. Shout out to them for showing up anyway. I hear Nelton Court got something going on. Shout out to Beverly Square. Y'all thing was last week. I heard it was a great success. I hear Sheldon Oates be doing stuff. Rice Height doing something. That's a big. Like I said, I think they got Nelton Court. Shout out to Rashi. Rashi, I saw you, but I couldn't get to you. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video this time. It was a success. Hopefully I ain't forget nobody, and if I did, I apologize. But that's it. My arm is getting tired from holding this camera, but it is what it is. I am out of here. 2023 Stowe Village reunion is in the books. Peace.